Tonight, it's the first time that I've been on the ice level in Philadelphia and felt comfortable. The Montreal Canadiens would like to thank the city of Philadelphia for their hospitality, and good luck to Ron Extall. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Kings for their Stanley Cup. J'aimerais saluer tous les partisans des Canadiens de Montréal. Pour annoncer la sélection des Canadiens, to present the Canadian first-round pick, Director of Amateur Scouting, Trevor Timmins.
Montreal selects from the Saskatoon Blades of the WHL, Nikita Sherbak. He's 6'1", 175 pounds, but he's a big 6'1", 175. Real strong kid that can really skate, and he's got high-end talent. He's very raw. He's got mad skills. Scouts say that he's got individually, can beat guys one-on-one. Doesn't really do a lot when he doesn't have the puck. He's one of those raw projects that is much better offensively than he is defensively. But again, he's only 18 years old. He comes over and plays and scores 28 goals and 78 points as a rookie in the WHL. And you talk to the other coaches and general managers around the WHL, and they can't believe that they passed on him as many times as they did. He was chosen 109th in the CHL import draft in 2013. There are all sorts of CHL teams kicking themselves. They didn't take this kid. He's got a great personality. He lights up a room when he goes into it.
Nobody knew him, though. He was one of those guys. I'm not even sure Saskatoon knew him. I think they were looking for a player. They got a recommendation from somebody they trusted, and it certainly turned out great. But like early on in the year, the buzz began, and you knew you had to get to Saskatoon to watch this young man. Really smart. Great offensive awareness, and he can shoot the puck. He's more of a playmaker, but you can't underestimate his shooting ability.
And they can take their time with him. There's no rush for him, and he'll need some time to develop and get sharp. But what Bob said and what you said, Craig, bang on the mark, the one thing that stood out to me, his strength on the puck. And that's not an easy thing to do, especially when you're making the transition from big ice hockey to small ice hockey.
Led the Saskatoon Blades in points this year by 34.
I shudder to think where they
35.
I shudder to think where they would be if they didn't have this team. And they were the worst team in the Western Hockey League. I mean, they really think about what those numbers mean and what that production means by not having a whole lot of talent around them.
And I think you're right. That's the projection is when you put him with really good players at another level, he could really take off. Although there are some scouts that wonder that it is a project, that this is a high reward pick, but it could also be a high risk pick if everything doesn't come together.
He's not from Brazil, though.
Another forward goes here, and take a look at the first rounds over the years. You know, defensemen dominated for a number of years. They'd go 5 times in the top 7, 6 in the top 8. Only 5 defensemen have been drafted so far in the first round with 4 picks to go.
Yeah, and we thought going into this that this was in the first round. It was a forward-heavy draft.
Let's go to James Duffy.
Thank you, Gordon. Nikita's being interviewed by our friends at RDS. Mark Bergevin of Montreal Canadiens is here. First of all, congratulations on a great season. Your reward was having to wait 3 hours while all the other Canadian teams were picking much earlier. Nikita is a guy who was overlooked when he first came over here. Do you think he was undervalued again in this draft, which allowed you to get him so late?
Well, I mean, obviously, we had him hired and we picked him. When he kept sliding, you know, we made the decision to go ahead and take the pick. It's somebody that we feel has a top skill talent. He's got good frame that he could build up on, and with the success we had with Alex Galchenyuk and Markov and Emelin, so we feel that we have a good group of Russian players that could help.
And Bob described him as very raw, but you have enough bodies and enough talent now that you can afford to wait a couple of years on this kid?
Yeah, we're not going to rush him. You know, he's again, we believe that the road to Montreal goes to our farm team, so we'll see, but he'll make the decision for us when he's ready to play.
What's next? PK Subban contract, first of all?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of, we have PK, obviously, he's on the forefront. We have Lars Eller that we need to get done. And we're going to look at the free agent market if we're going to make our team better. But again, it's too early to tell for me.
Any progress with PK yet? Or just started?
No, we're talking, put it this way.
All right. Mark Bergevin, thank you.
Thank you, James.
General manager of the Montreal Canadiens, who have made their selection after 3 hours at the table. Number 26 overall for Montreal. 4 picks left in round number 1.